How is the application process for an arts or performing arts program different from the normal application process?
Sure, happy to answer that from the perspective of GW and Corcoran, and I'm sure Susan would have
Definitely.
stuff to jump in as well. I will say that for a student who's interested in a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree at GW and many institutions, they're going to want to see a visual arts portfolio. And so that is typically pieces that you submit digitally. Most institutions are looking for anywhere from 15 to 20 finished or polished pieces. And this essentially is serving as your visual essay of sorts. So you have your essay that you write that's a personal statement, but what does your art say about you as an individual? And for that reason, these pieces can be thematic, or they can be a diverse array of your artistic ability. It's totally dependent on what you're most comfortable with. But that really is going to be a big component of your admission to that particular institution. We want to ensure that you can be successful in our studio classes. If you're doing a BFA program, for instance, 2/3 of your classes are going to be in the studio, whereas 1/3 of your classes will be outside of the studio. And sometimes those studio classes can be 4 hours long, so we definitely want to ensure that you can be successful, which is why that visual arts portfolio is so important. As it relates to the performing arts, music or theater, or even theater tech, we offer the opportunity to do an audition, whether it be for a scholarship opportunity at GW or otherwise. That's a great way to make a connection with our theater and dance department or our music department and demonstrate your talent. Some schools will also do virtual auditions, so there's a program called Accepted, for instance, where you can upload a video of you performing music or dance or theater. And I should note, for a visual portfolio, many of those will be uploaded using SlideRoom, which is a third-party website, so something to be aware of. But I'm sure Susan also has stuff to add to this as well.
Thank you, Murphy. Susan.
Yes, thank you, Murphy. That was great. Yeah, at Columbia, because we are a creative arts school, portfolios are very important. Portfolios are very specific for your major. So first piece of advice, again, look at the website and see what their requirements are. As Murphy was saying, for a fine arts portfolio, it's usually 10 to 12 pieces of what we ask for of your work. We want to see your product, your current product right now, over potential. We want to make sure that your work has a diverse selection. And we want to also make sure, because most of the portfolios are digitally, are digital portfolios now, it's so important that you pay a lot of attention to how you're photographing your work. We need to see clear photographs of your work. We need to see captions. So you lose a lot of perspective when you photograph work. So we want to see, like, what are the dimensions of your work? We want to see a brief explanation of what this work is about, what type of media it's in. For the performing arts, for music or dance, once again, we'd like to see contrasting pieces of work. If it's work in music, we would definitely like to see, if it's composition, what you've composed so far. And understand, if you have any questions whatsoever on any of the portfolio requirements, once again, reach out to the institution. The way it works at Columbia, and I believe most performing arts schools and creative arts schools, is the admissions team will have collect the admissions portfolios, and then they will give them to the departments to review. And the departments will reach out to students if they require additional information. But we feel it's very important that the music department is reviewing music portfolios. The fashion department is reviewing the fashion portfolios. So just pay a lot of attention to requirements. And once again, please explain your work very clearly, and pay attention to how you photograph your work.